qualifiers, and this really is for a place there. If Time to Troll can win this match, they are already qualified. Yeah, Fnatic playing GSD, is it? I don't know what the initials were. They're playing the other Polish team at the moment right now. I didn't see actually what the first game was, the results. I'm guessing Fnatic won it. They were waiting.
They have played that first game because Melissan actually asked if we were going to jump in onto that one. So they've played at least one game in that one. I'm just going to try and bring up the bracket on my other PC here quickly so I can see if there's any score updates going through that one. Okay, so nothing from Fnatic GBT just yet. Down in the bottom, the lower bracket, though, there is something to talk about there, which is, let me look, Cypher beat Enigma. That's not really such a surprise. I think everyone expected Cypher to beat GBT in the first game, actually. And then Delta Esports actually winning their game against L-League as well. So I guess things going fairly as people predicted, actually, down in that bottom side so far.
Yeah, so we're immediately seeing Time to Troll actually getting invaded here by SK. SK are going straight in for the red. We got CandyPanda's on the reindeer Kog'Maw this time. He's switching up. He was on the butterfly before.
The Chinese fireworks one because...
I love it. It makes the firework noise. It's brilliant.
He's been in a lane against Kog'Maw anytime, but when he's got fireworks coming out of his ass, then he's even more annoying.
It's the new skin as well on Taric as well. So... obviously been using their riot points or not. We've got a lot of points.
It's a million that they give them here on the tournament realm.
On the tournament realm, yeah. It's kind of like the bonus of being on tournament realm. You get to play anything you want. So we can see a bit of an invasion as well from Time to Troll. You can see Leigh already at the Wraiths. Trundle as well up at the Golems. So they're looking to maybe take the entire top of SK's jungle, whereas SK are looking probably to do the exact same thing to Time to Trolls. We're going to see Leigh. When did that clairvoyance go down? I just heard it. I did not see it.
Oh, they did see him, though. They know they're there. I can switch the Fog of War over to the other side. So they know that SK now are in on these golems. I see yellowpete's going to come his way over and maybe just try and put some damage out there. SK did take the first one. They are going to be taking the second one down as well. So nicely done over on the other side. SleazyWeazy has taken the golems and Leigh has taken the Wraith camp. So I guess you can say advantage for Time to Troll there.
Yeah, complete advantage because they did it solo, SleazyWeazy and Leigh. So Leigh going top lane there, has taken them Wraiths, like I say, whereas the entire SK team were all there taking it. So the experience-wise, definitely immediately advantage Time to Troll. So it is going to be Leigh in the top lane versus Cho'Gath. He's going to try and harass Cho'Gath early on. Cho'Gath can be quite squishy early on until he look. You can see immediately doing a lot of damage straight to him there. Obviously getting the lifesteal on him straight away. No, he didn't. He had the one. I lied. Didn't have the lifesteal. He was using the E skill there. He's only level 1. Meanwhile, in the mid, you can see Orianna versus Morgana. I just don't know how that one's going to pan out. You can see Morgana having to go across and do the pull for SleazyWeazy. SleazyWeazy now on to blue. Snoopeh has picked up the blue as well over in Wolves. So pretty even between them all. And as expected, down the bottom, it is going to be yellowpete and wewillfailer versus CandyPanda and Nyph. 0 is Nyph, in case you're seeing it on your screens and thinking, who the heck is that? It is not a new player for SK, it is Nyph, as always.
Yeah, and up at top, AFK top is Wickd, in case you didn't notice that from his early game that he streamed from round 1 or from, game 1 of this game, actually. But yeah, I mean, Alex again has done a decent job of pushing Cho'Gath fairly heavily on towards his turret, and we're going to see how that kind of develops for him. Meanwhile, in middle, Flashy, as you mentioned, he did have to go and give that pull onto the blue buff, which he was kind of going back and forth at the start. I think he told Trundle, okay, do wolves first, man. I need to just wait here a little bit and, you know, do a bit of damage onto this first wave of minions. You can't let Ocelote feed up so early on and get that little advantage with Morgana. In the meantime, we've seen wewillfailer just run away from lane for a little while. yellowpete just sat back out of harm's reach there, and as per usual with any Taric that's half decent in the world, Nyph is hugging the bushes.
Yeah, indeed they are. Let's have a look around the top there. See the Q going down. Flash has actually been holding off on that ball early on. And Ocelote just tried to bind him, but managed to go straight towards the minion. Snoopeh just going up and down river at the moment. I think he's not really got any openings, which is what he's hoping to get on towards Flashy. Flashy almost walks straight out into it. He's going to headbutt Pulverize, get straight out there, get that stun. And if they can follow it straight up with bindings, which is, I'm guessing, is what Ocelote's doing. You can see he's holding off on any spells. He's not using that... yeah, he's not farming at all. There comes Snoopeh. Snoopeh going to come around the side. Will he manage to be able to get the headbutt? Well, he will do. Oh, very nice flash. But that is going to be some of the spell used there. Tries to follow it up with a bit of damage on towards Ocelote, but that has managed to force the burn on the some of the spell. Whenever you see that in normal games, people go, oh my god, you failed ganked. Well, no, really we didn't, because it forced him into using that summoner spell, which is so important. And half the time when you see the level 1 encounters between, say, the US team, what they're aiming to do is to get people to burn that flash, to use that summoner spells, to give the advantage for the jungler early on. Obviously, we don't see it a lot on the European sides, but when you watch American streams, that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, and right now we have Ocelote actually moving down towards the red buff here, just trying to annoy Sleazy a little bit, maybe get somewhat of a steal, which he actually didn't manage to pull off, and Sleazy is going to be taking himself the lizard buff as well, so he does have both red and blue buffs up on him at the moment. Snoopeh's actually pushed up here towards that raid camp. Sleazy is going to spot him, actually puts the pillar down there, and it's just going to just one hit there, nothing really to write home about. Up at the top, as you can probably expect, it's Wickd and Alex just knocking pieces out of each other. Actually, a good bit of damage coming on here, and this could be dangerous for Wickd. He's forced to use his flash out, and again, brilliant from Alex, proving that, well, everyone writes about Wickd and talks about Wickd, but he can definitely hold his own brilliantly in this top lane. He's making some fans for himself for sure in this best of 3.
Yeah, and he's all flashed in, tried to Q, but he was dodged easily. Clairvoyance went down as well there to try and do it. But so that's actually a summoner spell kind of wasted there, but trying to get the kill is not too bad. Actually, just interrupting him, delaying him as much as he can, but he's also losing out on the experience. He's going to be able to lifesteal his health back though. You can see that shield goes on. Once that goes on, you can see his life slowly going up there. He's going to double hit it, and you get the shield, start getting the lifesteal back on. So he's winning that lane quite comfortably, like you say, and Wickd is yet to be able to go back, and now he's kind of got to the point where he's like, well, I might as well just stay, frankly. Looking back towards the middle, you can see Morgana has just been back and bought, been and got the first parts of a catalyst. Flashy just going back.
Oh, Alex is diving in up at top, and he's actually got him really low. He is going to get first blood. Tries to dash away. He's going to die to the turret. Yes, he is. So, well, I mean, first blood for a kill going down. Better pressure up at top. I'd say you take that any day from Alex.
Yeah, his lane was completely pushed as well, so he wasn't going to get too much out of it, but it's always hard to say whether it was worth it or not when you both die, but he got the first blood, so it counts. Yeah.
Meanwhile, yeah, we've got actually yellowpete putting out some pressure here, but look at the burst turning out there. They're going straight in onto yellowpete, who gets himself to safety. And don't forget there, obviously Janna not having that heal at all at the moment. Got a shield, but I mean, how much is that going to help yellowpete? We saw it there actually not being so useful. I think it kind of ran out just before they actually started bursting in onto him. So that could have been even more dangerous there. That could have seen SK taking that 2-1 lead, even though it looked like it was them that were putting out most of that damage, but you can never really say that when you've got the healer there in with you.
Yeah, top lane, you can see Leigh now has gone full-on damage. Wickd has gone with the Ninja Tabby, trying to get as much dodge and along with the Ruby Crystal. But look at that. He's got the Brilliance Pot running. He's gone Vampiric Scepter. He's got the Double Doran's Blade, so full-on lifesteal. I think Leigh is just going to dominate Wickd in this top lane. We're going to have to keep our eyes on that. Like you say, yellowpete, well, very, very close to going down at the top there. Has come back with triple Dorans though, so he's going to farm himself up quite happily. Kog'Maw's gone back as well, got Berserker Boots, along with double Dorans and Vampiric Scepter, which means he's going to be going towards a Bloodthirster eventually. In the middle, Orianna has got that Catalyst, just slightly ahead of Ocelote in the opening exchange of the farm. You can see 67 to 63, pretty even between those two. Meanwhile, up the top, down the bottom, sorry, 70 to 62, so slight advantage for CandyPanda, but nothing serious. I'm guessing Leigh to Cho'Gath, yeah, 20 CS already advantage. And you can see, look at it, he's just trying to zone him out of there. Oh, just looking at SK, they were coming across to maybe try and get a steal on the blue. But they're a little ahead, but they are going to come around on towards Flashy there. Flashy has the blue already, and he's just going to pull that back, just missing the bindings, and walks in towards, obviously got that ward there, so completely covering themselves. They're going to have to use a flash up here, Flashy, as it were. Goes in towards there, there you go, and that's actually pulled the dragon for SK, but they're not going to bite and take it. But I think the important fight is all going to be about this top here. If Alex can again dominate like he did against Wickd, Wickd is just not having much fun in these games, is he?
He's not at all. I mean, Alex, you have to take your hat off to him rather than saying Wickd played bad or anything like this, because that's certainly usually not the case very often, if ever. Alex has just come out so strong. That gangplank in the first game, really having a hard time did Wickd with Nasus. This time, completely different picks of both players. And again, it's Alex who's really causing problems. I mean, as you mentioned, he does have that Vampiric Scepter, double Doran's Blade already there. Well, over on the other side, Doran's Shield from the start for Wickd. He also had the Ninja Tabi already made, plus that Ruby Crystal, so, you know, a little bit healthier. That'll give him some stability in that lane. Survivability.
Yellow peat bomb.
Oh, and we are pushed in there. And, oh, actually the ultis from CandyPanda there just coming in. But yellowpete is healthy. The problem is now that there are minions coming in on towards that turret, and I wonder if SK are going to drop in there. SleazyWeazy is just getting ready down at the back, and again, CandyPanda just dropping those nukes over the top. Not quite working out for him. I think yellowpete's safe on this one. SK decide, okay, let's back away. We can't do too much from this.
Yeah, he actually got it opened up obviously with that Taric stun, and it just lays it up, and CandyPanda could just lay out that damage. It's like the old the Caitlyn trap that you used to get the Taric. Caitlyn used to throw the trap underneath you, and it triggered just as the stun ran out. And again, they managed to get the stun in. They're going to lay the ulti down, but he had the shield in this time. Not going to do as much, but you can see Snoopeh just sneaking in there, trying to do the ninja gang. But we've also got SleazyWeazy now coming in. They need to be careful because they don't realise that Snoopeh is there. He's not quite going to be able to get in. He just wants to get in and pulverise, but he was just kept away. That was an ulti used though, so it doesn't matter for them. That is wewillfailer's ulti being blown instead. Looks like Snoopeh is going to go up towards Flashy in mid. They're going to ping that surely. They haven't got any wards there. Yeah, and Snoopeh wisely goes back around the side thinking, I'm not going to take on Orianna flat out. Because Ocelote, you can see, is struggling with him. He's down to half health, all mana gone. So he's had to... he's having problems with Orianna, as expected in mid. Orianna very, very, very strong at the moment. Lee Sin has gone back. We'll keep an eye on what he's bought. He's got a Wriggles. And I think they're setting up to possibly go Dragon here, because he's already coming down towards the bottom.
Well, maybe they have to hurry up. Oh no, we're seeing Nyph actually going there. It's probably just going to drop down a ward at some point. And in terms of that last gank, we also saw yellowpete use his cleanse to get away from the Taric stun. So again, the point that you were touching on, Deman, they've made him use those summoner spells. So it's not all a waste of time. Now we see Lee Sin back up on that top lane. Let's see what he's going to achieve here. And again, Wickd not confident about coming out of safety range of that turret. And I think wisely so. We've seen Alex playing amazingly well so far in this game. As you said, now Wriggle's going to help him out even more with that farming ability. He's going to be able to drop those wards periodically, which he just does there into that tri-bush. Meanwhile, down at the bottom, we're seeing a bit of pressure coming out onto yellowpete. Okay, he turned it round there, and that goes back into farming mode. In middle, pretty much a similar thing going on there. And we did see the pings coming down, so they've seen Snoopeh, or they at least knew that it was coming up. Up at the top again, they're just hammering away at each other.
Yes, there's a couple of fat lads beating on each other right now, isn't it? But I think that, I mean, the damage is certainly with Alex right now, but Cho'Gath sort of got into that sustainability where it doesn't bother him too much, as long as he doesn't get overly caught. Ocelote, meanwhile, is having a few issues, but, you know, neither of them have died. It's still only 1-1, so he can farm quite happily. There you go, just puts that the pull down and just immediately farms it up. Flashy, we've just seen, is he going to get caught by the binding? Yes, he will do. Managing to pop his ulti as well. Flashy's surely just going to walk away from that one. Does get triggered again. Manages to use the ignite. Can he catch a second binding? No, he can't. The ward is there. Oh, he tries to cut him off, but Sleazy's there to protect him. But a lot of damage done to him, but he's just going to use the heal pot, walk back into lane, and carry on about his way, because it didn't affect him too much. I think he kind of felt his orders in control, but that's possibly going to force a dragon encounter here, which is why SK you can see moving up. There is that ward right in the river, so they know exactly what's happening. Time to Troll now moving in around there. They feel they've done enough damage to Orianna to warrant it into a 3v4, which is And don't forget the teleport was used by Lee Sin as well, so he can't come down and help. Bindings has been caught on towards Flashy once again. They're surely going to take Flashy down this time around. He flashed out there. Instead, SleazyWeazy gets in on towards CandyPanda. CandyPanda going down. Teleport from Wickd. Wickd now down in there. SleazyWeazy is in trouble. Surely going to go down. Janna ulti flashes through the bush. Will he get away? He's only got Wickd chasing him now. Where can he go to? That's the question. Oh, Rupture very good there, and that's going to surely be the end of him. Lee Sin is coming down, but I don't think he's going to get away with that one. Meanwhile, having a look back down the bottom, Flashy has been caught. Snoopeh is on incredibly low. He had his ulti running. He's going to go down. Flashy with the Orianna shield, trying his best to get away from Zero, and wow, I think wewillfailer might get stunned up here, you know, by Zero. Don't think they have enough damage, though. So pretty crazy exchange between these two once again, and really only 3 people died within all of that. So the big difference there, though, was the fact that Lee Sin had already used his teleport to go top. When they thought about going for Dragon, and the Dragon, I think SK... No, they didn't actually get the Dragon in the end, so the Dragon is still there. So the fight will begin again in a minute, Joe.
Yeah, I'm sure someone's going to try and make head and tail or manage to get in and steal this Dragon. Actually, we've seen the portal in home, so not just yet. We've got Wickd just farming up in middle, just was covering obviously from Ocelote a little bit earlier on, who will also be portaling home. But in the meantime, Alex going back up onto his lane. Let's have a look quickly at the CS bottom lane. Yellowpete 122 to the 129 of CandyPanda, so very, very even there. Middle is 130 to 117. It's a decent amount, but it's not the end of the world either. Up at top, Lee Sin 135 to the 94 of Wickd. So great play again, we have to say, from Alex, and we'll see how this kind of all shapes up in the course of the match, because that early out farm that we saw in the first game really proved crucial, and we saw a great performance from Alex on Gangplank. I think he ended 3-0-11 after everything that went on in that one.
Yeah, definitely. Orianna now picking up blue. Morgana's doing exactly the same with Snoopeh. So Ocelote's going to come back with that. Flashy now has been back and bought. He's actually not been back and bought. He's not really bought anything, because I think he just had to get the hell out of there. Ocelote, though, has been bought and now got a Rod of Ages. So Ocelote actually slightly ahead. No, I wouldn't go that far, because Sorcerer's Shoes on things. So they're pretty much building identical builds at the moment. You can see Ocelote again going to come around the backside, just going to pull up and farm along. Going to take a Q, doesn't matter because he had his shield on. Up the top, though, you can see Wickd again being forced away there by Alex. He is getting the free farm, and it's causing problems for Wickd, because Wickd is not getting farm. It's going on to his tower. He is kind of trying to pick up the CS when he gets on his tower, which is what he's doing here, but he's going to occasionally lose out, which is the problem, which is just going to happen there. He just lost out there straight towards the tower. So Alex is still having his Wickd way with him, as it were, on top there. Down the bottom, Yellowpete is low health once again. I must have missed him getting caught and stunned. I don't know whether you saw that, Joe. No,
I didn't. I was watching up at top there. I mean, Alex is playing so aggressive. I mean, he's just literally 1 foot out of tower range there and just tanking all the minions. Obviously, with the lifesteal, it doesn't really matter to him that he's taking damage from the minions, but is forcing Wickd to play on the tower, and as you said, losing out on the gold. So we'll see how that all shapes. So score-wise, it is 3-2 in terms of kills. We've got Zero here coming out. He is going to get the stun off, but we saw Yellowpete already move out of range of that one. And well, that was a close one, but we are seeing SleazyWeazy move in there. Slow is down. Not sure this is going to cause too much of a problem, as we do see Snoopeh coming in there. Nice pillar put down from Sleazy, and I think SK aren't going to force any more of an issue about this one than they've already seen.
Yeah, Orianna also tried to come down there, and again, like you see, poking on towards Ocelote there, and just do quite a bit of damage now with that Dissipate. It's exactly, just caught him with another Q again, straight onto his there, and again, and managed to get the Resonate there straight away, causing all sorts of problems on Ocelote there, and that's just stripped him down from full health to that, just really with controlling his position, which is exactly what he's doing. He's actually taking the farm now. I think he wasn't sure whether he's going to run the back there, but going to have to return to lane, and causing all sorts of problems for Ocelote. Ocelote is not being comfortable in this game either. Flashy is doing very well, and Ocelote, one of those many considered to be one of the top AP champions, players in Europe, and really is being manhandled here, and that's really the power of Orianna, it has to be said. And again, it has to be said for Wickd as well. Lee Sin's just been back and bought. What has he got? He's got himself a Fade, so he can start building up towards that Trinity. Meanwhile, in the mid left, Flashy is being caught, has flashed out of it and got away again with the Ignite running. And wow, Morgana ulti not managing to take him down. Snoopeh did get in, did get the pulverized, but Flashy escaping with his life once again. Toeing the line, just about... Oh, the binding's just flashing past him. He's just about hanging on there, and I think Ocelote's probably quite frustrated with that.
Yeah, and Flashy got his name from his play. We've seen so many clutch flashes actually from Flashy so far. Here we go. They're going to pull Dragon out of its pit. Probably a safe move with Orianna coming sniffing in here at the back. And it looks like SK are going to be taking this one. Meanwhile, up at the top, Alex has taken down that turret, and they are starting to move in. There goes the ulti actually out from Orianna. They've picked it up, I think.
No, they didn't get the steal.
No? I've got 340 gold at the moment.
Oh, yes, they did. Yeah, I've not got it.
Top turret plus that, yeah. They steal it. They stole it.
Wow, very nicely played with that ulti. Really well played. You know, they had the full vision of it, so there was no reason why not. And Leigh Sin's dominance continues. That's going to unleash both Cho'Gath and Leigh Sin. You can see Cho'Gath coming up the top. They has got himself a frozen heart now, and they've targeted on towards Leigh Sin. I'm not sure they're going to be able to take him down. You know, even Snoopeh, and I don't think they've got the damage to, because he can just life steal it up. He's going to go back to the minions here and just dash away like that. I don't think they're going to be able to do that, and that's going to cause problems for them, because he is quite far ahead in the CS now, 189 to 133, so 50 CS ahead. That's 1,000 gold ahead, so that is quite a big advantage between those two. And Cho'Gath has built tanky, whereas Leigh Sin's kind of like built tanky and damage, and you can see he's now got himself a Zeal on there with that Phage. So the Trinity Force is slowly being completed. Flashy has got a needlessly large rod, so he's not going to go towards a Rod of Ages like I thought he was. He's actually going to go straight for a Rabadon's Death Cap. I'm not too sure if he's got enough to buy it now. We'll soon find out.
Yep, heading his way back. Let's check out. No, it's going to stick around. Actually, a decent move as well. I mean, we've got Wickd and Ocelote both there. Snoopeh is joining in as well. So as the pings come down from Time to Troll, they are waiting here in this middle area. Not going to let SK push the lane too far. And let's see how this one all works out. In the meantime, up on the red buff, we see Wickd just chipping away there. He wants that for himself. Bottom lane is pretty standard stuff going on. Both players just farming their way to victory down at the bottom. And well, the back actually, the middle players have backed off as well. Flash is going to get himself the blue buff. As well, that'll come out here in just a second. We did see the smite go down from Sleazy, and Ocelote is going. Flashy is going to take that one away. And I guess maybe Ocelote will go over there as well. No, he won't. Ooh, and I've missed that one totally down at bottom. Apologies for that one. CandyPanda actually is going to manage to survive this one. Alex is still there. Alex gets the kill. Is he going to be able to finish off? They're running in with that Kog'Maw. We also got the TP coming down as well. Alex surely can survive this one. Actually, Duke's out of the way there of that rupture. He's down to about a third of his HP. Also managing to dash completely away. And well, there's 3 of them there, and they couldn't take him out. But I mean, what do you kind of expect there? You've got your jungler, you've got Cho'Gath who's built completely tanky, and you've got Taric. You're not going to have a good time against someone who's built tanky and can do damage and dash and has got flash as well.
Yeah, he completely he had it in control as well. He didn't panic, didn't run back. He knew the rupture was coming, just walked backwards towards them. Knew he was going to take a pulverize for it, but you know, he was in control. The minion wave was coming, and he could just dash to it. And he's got, you know, great maneuverability, but he can be squishy if played wrongly, which generally I'd probably do. If I'm juggling with him, it's bad news for everyone. He's going to be picking up red, and they need to be careful with this mid turret. You can see there's 2 people trying to push onto it, Snoopeh and Ocelote. Ocelote can do quite a bit of damage to it, but there is a minion wave. yellowpete's going to clear that out quite happily. yellowpete building up a Trinity Force this time, not going for that Wriggles, which he did earlier before the Trinity this time around. CandyPanda, though, has been back, has got that Bloodthirster, has got the Zeal, so getting up towards ideal build here, CandyPanda. And remember, you know, SK are still up against it. They have to win this game. There is no way about it. They will be taken down to the lower bracket. They are going to get this bottom turret, and they've come across. You can see Snoopeh storming along the top there, trying to get around the backside of wewillfailer, but I think they're going to just back away from this one. So still just that one dragon, 1 tower apiece. It's pretty even between them. The difference really is still that top lane.
Yeah, and we're going to see, actually, Alex just go back up there, and he's going to get himself an absolute shed load of free farm. In the meantime, though, SK not going to hold on to that. They're actually going to start to push you, and Ocelote taking massive damage there from Flashy, and they're going to dive in here. Flashy's in trouble. Ulti comes out from wewillfailer, but there's simply no damage coming onto SK at the moment. All 5 of them have barely lost a single point of HP, and they are going to start to push around now, and Sleazy will go back onto his turret. wewillfailer at the back has to be very careful. One flash, and he's basically a dead man, and SK are going to settle down here. They are going to put the damage out onto that turret, and they are, of course, going to be picking things up. Alex is coming to the middle a little bit too late, but of course he was farming away up at that top area. So we are 5-4 kill advantage for SK. Turret advantage also is with SK. Only 1 taken down so far for Time to Trolls. That's his top one. Of course, middle and bottom for SK they've taken down. So SK looking good at this stage of the game, but I don't know, you know, those kills coming in, 5 versus 3s, you can't always call the state of the game on those kind of kills.
Yeah, and that fight was really all about the crowd control that we mentioned at the start. You know, they had complete domination, and once Orianna was caught, there was simply no way she was ever going to survive, because there was 4 people in there that all had crowd control effects. You know, they were just stun. You were not getting out of this one. So to be fair, it almost pulled, obviously, Janna and co into it. So it almost pulled many of the Time to Troll players into there. Really, they should just say, you're dead. There's nothing. You're not going to get out of it.
Yeah, run away.
Yeah, and it's a case of not going to be able to survive. But there were ultis blown. There was flashes blown as well. So we're going to keep our eye on whether that's going to happen. I'm trying to think what the dragon is. 25 at 40, they've said. So it is due any second now, which is why SK are already going in position. yellowpete just giving his, you know, just saying, hi, you know, we are here. Just dodging the bindings there. They are actually going to pull it. They have a lot of crowd control, like I said, so they're feeling pretty confident that they can take this before Orianna try to do the same trick again. They're not working this time. yellowpete just puts out the damage, but SK do pick up themselves a dragon. Meanwhile, Leigh is pushing this top lane. I don't think he's going to be able to take the turret down. He's certainly going to get a bit of damage on it. SK now, you can see
Jesus,
slowly maneuvering towards it. He has got his Trinity Force complete, so, you know, he can lay it down. Cho'Gath is not going to be worrying him. He's going to take this turret down. He's not going to care about Cho'Gath. There we go. So crazy work there from Alex. Leigh doing an incredible amount of damage, and that's also put them in trouble in towards mid here. You can see SK, I think they wanted to go back and buy, but they are being pressured into it by Time to Troll, just sticking around this mid. Look at this. Alex doesn't care.
He's even nicked the golems, and he could even have the red buff if he wants. Actually, he's going to spot Cho'Gath. Obviously, at this stage of the game, it's pretty much worthless, like a waste of time.
Yeah.
Actually trying to do anything against Cho'Gath, because he is just so ridiculously strong. Up above 3k hit points at this stage. 85 armor he's got himself built up as well from earlier. So, you know, he's not going to go down, basically, to Leigh unless something terribly wrong, like he lags out of the game or something. Yeah, there came CandyPanda and Snoopeh just having a bit of a peek, but obviously he's not going to push that one. Blue buff is going to be going over towards Flashy with his Orianna. Let's have a quick look down the scoreboard in terms of the kills and the CS. Leigh, of course. Ooh, yeah, let's go up there. Alex just gets himself away. No problem with that one. Yeah, so Alex, 270 CS, which is an absolute world above anyone else in the entire game. Is 50 above everyone. So, you know, Alex in a very strong position right now. Look at that, just dashes himself away. Problem he's got now is against Cho'Gath, because Cho'Gath is going to be able to absolutely nail this tower, and Alex is not going to be able to do a fat lot about it. I expect he's either going to back away. No, we are going to see the rest of Time to Trolls come back in to try and back him up. SK going back down the river at the other side. CandyPanda needs to be careful here. He's decided to separate himself from the team. Slow comes out, only Sleazy and Alex are there, whilst we do have 4 from SK still in there as well. So that was never a fight that they were going to particularly come out on top of. And I think we're going to see him go home. No, Trundle's going home. Orianna needs to be a little bit wary there, actually, in the Baron pit, just spreading the ball around. Nothing really to write home about at this stage of the game. But as we said, Alex in such a strong position, Deman. I mean, item-wise, yeah, Wriggles, Trinity Force, Merc Treads, but he must have so much, so much money to spend right now.
Yeah, and he's continuing to push and pressure that top lane. Ocelote, in the meantime, down the bottom, he's up to 353 AAP, so he's got himself that Rabadon's death cap, and he continues to just farm away down the bottom here. So it's something that Time to Trolls can't let happen. He can't let him just get incredibly strong. Meanwhile, you know, Leigh Sin is doing the exact same. Oh, can he catch CandyPanda? No, he can't. He's just ported away. But again, look, he just continues to split push his top lane. So Ocelote now gone back. Looks like Alex is not going to go back. He's like back and forward. He's like, well, you know, I think maybe he's just putting the pressure on. Look at the damage he's doing straight towards 0. Meanwhile, the mid turret as well has been picked there. Ulti being used. That is going to be the mid turret going down to Time to Troll there. So he's just buying in that time and just forcing the rest of SK to have to deal with his top lane. And now they're going to back down. Got that big stack down the bottom. yellowpete's going to go clear that out, no problem, and go back and buy. You know, things are still pretty even. You know, the fact that SK do have a lot of control in the team fights is kind of why Time to Troll are kind of having to pull their pull which way they're looking, basically trying to keep doing them split pushes. Alex is still up there. Look at him. Oh, he's just landed the Q on towards CandyPanda. That might be quite a lot of damage he's going to put down him. CandyPanda is going to try to walk away from this one. Does manage to just exhaust him. Turns around, tries to lay down the damage. He may well get taken down here. Yes, he will do. CandyPanda playing that one very well. Had the rest of his team coming around, did not need him. He got Phantom Dancer, had got the chain vest on there, so that exhaust managing to buy him just enough time to pull him away and do the damage to him. So very nicely played, CandyPanda. 6-4 now, SK with that slight advantage, and again, blue will be going to flash in a sec.
Yep, he's got the blue buff on him at the moment. Actually, Ocelote could find himself in a little bit of trouble. No, Taric is there. That won't be so much of a problem. Yeah, yellowpete down at bottom is going to have himself a turret. Should get himself straight away from that one. In fact, no, he won't need to. SK are going to say, okay, you take bottom, we take top. We're going to maintain, you know, this pushing advantage that we've got. I mean, it's 3 that SK have taken down and 4 pretty much all because of Alex up at that top with so great pressure and those split pushes coming in as well. But, you know, SK, they have a 2-kill advantage in terms of dragons. I'm not sure exactly how. I mean, how much gold have you got, Deman?
640.
Okay, I'm 790, but there goes the turret. So, you know, it's pretty even stuff at this point of the game, and there's going to be one big team fight that's probably going to be deciding this one, and I guess it's not going to be too far away at 30 minutes. Yeah,
and it's going to be on the Baron, you know it is. yellowpete just stole the blue there. He's got himself a Trinity, along with them triple thorns he had earlier on Merc Treads. Everybody just ported away from mid, so I didn't get to see what they got. Hex Drinker now on Leigh Sin, so trying to lay that a bit more damage, a bit more magic resist, a bit of everything really that it gives it. It's quite a versatile item. SleazyWeazy just building up that hit points. Let's have a look at Orianna. Orianna 270 AP has got to get that Banshee's Veil in there. Morgana's been very successful, it has to be said. Ocelote been catching. Oh, look at just watching Alex there. Ocelote was just sort of buy his time in there, trying to catch him with the bindings. And that's kind of what's been helping, triggering the fights off. Dragon now up. They is going to get pulled. They're going to try to go into it. I think Time to Troll are going to have to let them have this one. Yes, they will. And that will be SK picking up yet another dragon. That puts me to 830. So now very much even in terms of dragons and towers. It's really down to those kills. And the slightest advantage is with SK. But it's down to can the Fed players, as it were, which is Kog'Maw, Morgana, Cho'Gath to an extent, Ezreal, Orianna and Leigh Sin, they are the Fed players on the map. They're all at or approaching 300 CS. So, you know, this game really, like you say, could go down to that one big team fight. Nyph is clearing out the wards around the Baron area, which tells me they may well be thinking of setting up for it. CandyPanda continues to farm up top there. Free farm as well, might I add, which is exactly what yellowpete's down the bottom. We're getting towards that stalemate phase of the games, which sometimes we certainly had it in the finals in games gone in Game 2. There was just that period where both teams were just a little bit too even, the fact that nobody wanted to start a fight.
Yeah, and that's the problem with a game of this magnitude. I mean, yeah, the loser is not out of the running for a spot at the Global Challenge in New York, but you know, winning this one certainly makes it a lot easier. You don't have to drop down into the low bracket to play another best of 3 against someone down there, so that could be a problem. Right now we're seeing CandyPanda put the pressure on. Alex has to use his flash to get out of there. He's landed the Q and he's actually going to come dashing in. That was pretty much a suicide move there from Alex, and it is going to be CandyPanda who picks him up. He must have good stats now. Okay, 322 up at 300 CS, and I think SK may just go for a push here on this top lane. TTT have come back across, so maybe not. And in the meantime, yellowpete's like, what up, bitches? I'm doing a split push in middle.
Yeah, and well, Time to Troll are in trouble here now, because CandyPanda's got to that phase where Cho'Gath's just going to stand in front of him along with Snoopeh, and they cannot get near them. It's that brick wall effect, yeah, like, just like CLG had with Big Fat GG when he was playing Kog'Maw. You know, CandyPanda can just stand there, and you cannot get near him. You've got Taric stun, you've got Cho'Gath silent stunning, you've got Snoopeh stunning, and he's just ripping into people now. Really probably should be ripping onto the tower instead of going for there. Ezreal coming around the side, and Ezreal's... he's very delicate, it has to be said. He can lay out a lot of damage. He might get Nyph down here. Oh, but the Ocelote came around the backside. Meanwhile, at the side there, you can see SleazyWeazy is trying to get on towards CandyPanda. Time to Troll have dedicated themselves to try and get this one. SleazyWeazy taking it very low. Oh, very nice ulti. Ocelote's going to catch a couple of people with that one. Yeah, there we go. Immediately, yellowpete has had to cleanse himself. Tries to back out of there. SK is actually not coming out of this one too well. And Leigh managing to get in there with Orianna. Flashy getting a triple kill in there, I believe. Maybe even a quad kill, and they are going to go straight for Baron. I'm amazed how Time to Troll came out that one. I thought Ocelote's ulti had landed perfectly between them all, but Alex, we just did not dedicate. And don't forget, Orianna's ulti is so powerful, and he's got 378 AP, yeah, had got that rapid on scale stat, bought an easy large rod, the big ability power to burst the damage out there. yellowpete using his cleansing great advantage as well, just about getting out of the way, and using that bush to great advantage, as we said, queuing his way through it, and Leigh just not being focused. So 9-9 score. Baron, I guess they're surely going to push on there, but it's still very hard to call this game.
I say it again, I mean, supports never get enough love. That's one thing that I really hate. They don't get enough love. And we will favour in that, we will failer his ulti in that one. He was on like no HP basically. He got his ulti off, and I think that's what may have tipped that fight a little bit more towards Time to Troll's favour. It was a great move, and you know, he went down in the midst of it all, but when he's survived for so long, he's got that heal off, he's got the push back off. It's a great move, and it's a great time to get that ulti out from wewillfailer. And well, Time to Troll's proving once again, as in game number 1 they were behind, but you know, they seem to, when it really mattered, be the ones coming out on top.
Yeah, I'm amazed how I'm just flabbergasted how that fight actually went badly wrong for them, because they seem to execute the attack perfectly well. I think it was more a case of CandyPanda went down too quick at the start, which immediately lost some damage, because you know, Snoopeh, Nyph, and Wickd, they don't have any damage at all.
That's the thing about when you go with like 3 tanky players in there, you lose your carry, and then you're like, oh damn it, we don't actually have enough damage to finish this fight off. We've got 3 guys who can survive for long, but what does that matter if you're not getting the kills anyway?
Oh wow, Randian's Omen now on Alex. Alex is now tanky as well as damaging. That's going to cause problems for SK, as we said. I don't know how they're going to be able to counter him now.
Well, Time to Trolls are starting to push their way in there. There goes Banshee's Veil popped on Wickd. This turret isn't going to survive once his minion wave does start to work its way in there. And they're basically just spamming their abilities in towards this turret right now. Obviously, they can clear out this minion wave very quickly. Well, there's a big exchange. Look at yellowpete taking damage even from the turret there. Well, Alex spamming his Q in there. yellowpete spamming everything in there, Ezreal style. And this is going to be a very hard one to hold off now. Of course, that Baron's still got plenty of time. We've got 3 guys, and probably, you know, the most important 3, or definitely the most important 3 at this stage of the game. 4 Time to Trolls have that Baron buff still with them. So SK, they're defending like crazy. I'm really impressed of how long they've managed to hold this turret, in all fairness. But it is going to go down when, Super Janna goes in there, which was a stupid move. That was a silly, silly, silly move there from wewillfailer. He's gone in trying to get that last hit. He's gone down. Now let's see what SK can do. Can they push one around? I think they're happy to have taken the 1 kill. They're not going to push too aggressively, but I have to question, after just damn praising wewillfailer for, you know, that amazing ulti in that last team fight, a little bit greedy to get that one last hit. It probably shouldn't have been him to push in there to get that one last hit off, and of course then he got the binding on and he was a dead man very quickly. In the meantime, Time to Trolls have gone back, taken themselves the dragon. We are seeing SK now starting to port themselves home. CandyPanda on that bottom lane is actually feeding up. He's also built up his Atma's Impaler now, so armor plus that crit strike plus the damage from health as well.
Yeah, so Ocelote's actually given himself a Zhonya's Hourglass to go with it. 486 AP. A lot of AP there now. Orianna is up to 560. He's got the Zhonya's, the Rabadon's Death Cap, and the Hextech Revolver, so probably going to go for Will of the Ancients with that. So, flashy, very strong. Bearing in mind the Baron buff is going to be helping out there, so we'll get to see the exact AP when that comes back. But yeah, like you say, I think that was a case of Janna going in and going, come on, just one last hit. Oh, I've been caught, damn it. Why didn't you last hit that tower? And I thought someone was at least going to finish off because it's on 70. It just needed one basic attack. But instead, they got caught out. That Dark Bindings is kind of the initiator at the moment for SK. And if you do get caught in it, everybody is going to focus you. Because there's just like everything rupture the lot. And CandyPanda, if he can get like just that sustained focus on you, you will be dead no matter what you are. But they are back to the same situation. They are poking, or dare I say it, chipping away.
I've said it at least twice or 3 times so far.
It is what they do. And they've still not managed to get that hit on that tower. It's amazing. They've backed away. Baron has not spawned yet. I am seeing the marker, but that's because I'm viewing it from SK, so they haven't reset the timer there. It is going to be on 42.05, I believe, so 2 minutes, which is probably why the Time to Troll are now backing away, thinking, you know, we can't afford to possibly lose a team fight here because it's almost certainly going to be followed by losing a Baron. So they're just going to buy their time, which is why, you know, yellowpete's gone down the bottom. He's just farmed up a little bit more, push that wave. That's going to force CandyPanda to do exactly the same. Clairvoyant's going down there, just trying to get a glimpse of him. No, he's gone back. Continue on your happy farm as he just wipes out that wave very quickly with his ulti now. He's actually built himself an Atmars there. I'm wondering whether he's going to turn that Phage into Frozen Mallet. I'm not too sure. He's got a lot of hit points. He's kind of like got the optimal build. He has still got that singular Dorrance. Yeah, there you go. It's just built into a Frozen Mallet. I am not talking rubbish. I do actually make sense now and again. 40 minutes in though, Joe. We're at that stage with the 40 minutes that simply one big team fight will win it for them.
It's GG,
yeah.
And especially, you know, since this turret is for SK is so low, they're pretty much straight onto the base turret then are Time to Trolls. Obviously SK, they've not gone in through these inner turrets just yet, so they've still got a little bit of work to do, even if they were to get a 5 kill to get the ace out here, let's say. Well, I mean, the spawn time at this stage of the game is of course massive, so they probably will be able to do that one anyway. We are seeing there the Banshee's Veil. I think Alex just trying to pop that one away from Cho'Gath just to stop SK making their push up here. Also Alistar, Snoopeh also got the Banshee's Veil up there as well, and Time to Troll just soaking up the pressure like we saw SK doing, except their towers on pretty. In fact, if you look at the towers here, the difference is that they're exactly opposite in how much health they've got left and how much has been taken away, which is kind of ridiculous somehow. And well, we are seeing now a bit of a push back once those minions start to come in. Time to Trolls trying to get this middle ground. They want to keep this middle lane fairly pushed, so they've got that option of pulling back. Again, wewillfailer is going to take the hit from that Dark Binding, dropping around about a quarter of health away, so it's not bad whatsoever. And they are starting now to move back in towards Baron Nashor, who of course has spawned and is ready to be fought over once again. And Time to Trolls are in there. Let's have a look at the ward coverage. We are seeing Clairvoyance has come in there as well. Ward a piece in this one. The defensive ward put down a little bit further towards the north, but SK, they're doing a good job here of forcing TTT away from this one. They may jump in on SleazyWeazy, who has to use his flash. There goes the Ezreal ultimate, which is not doing a fat lot of damage at the moment. Alex is actually going to initiate, goes himself in there. He's got the exhaust put out onto him, and TTT are being exploded all over the place. Not a single man down for SK so far, and there's only Alex and yellowpete left to go. They're not even caring about yellowpete with 4 men, 5 men still left alive, and they are just going to say, okay, you gonna run away, whatever, mate. Actually, 4 men left alive, I tell a lie. Who died in all amongst that from SK? Oh, it was CandyPanda, so a good kill, let's say. yellowpete is going to get his way back. SleazyWeazy is going to back off as well, and this turret is obviously then going to be easy pickings for SK to have. They're going to take that down in a matter of no time. Morgana's the one now that's really going to come out and start to be pounding away for SK as they try to push this lane as hard as they can before Time to Trolls get themselves back and in the action, which is 30 seconds for Leigh, 15 for Orianna, 10 for Janna. So not so much time. That Baron obviously is still there, but SK are starting to feed away at that jungle from Time to Trolls, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see that Baron coming in roundabout now.
Yeah, it was really the positioning that they were caught in the whole fight. SK were caught just at that one point, and where they fought at the reeds there. You know, Morgana managed to get the ulti across everyone. Janna tried to put her ulti on to blast her away, and all it did is just put her into the wall. And it's still the dark bind, the ulti, sorry, went off on everyone, which completely put the AE stun on everyone. And they just could not get the damage on towards CandyPanda, which obviously eventually went down, but it just wasn't enough. And there you go, SK now saying we need Shirelias. So they're thinking we need to get that little speed boost in there to help them out. CandyPanda, like I say, was the target. Has got himself a recurve bow now. Sold that Doran, so probably Last Whisper going to come out there. But SK really were in prime position because the Rupture landed on everyone. The Pulverize from Snoopeh landed on everyone. It just kept CandyPanda alive to just rip the hell out of everyone in there, along with Ocelote. So as it is, Time to Trolls are now going to be thinking, yeah, we really don't want to be fighting in them bushes again this time. We need to fight them in the open, yeah. Orianna's ulti didn't... I don't think he quite managed to land in the right place to pull them in, and it just didn't quite do enough. Oh, Darbind is caught onto Alex there, and that's what they've got to be careful of. Anything opening like that. He actually hasn't got much magic resist. Oh, that's tell a lie, he's got 142 magic resist. I'm completely talking rubbish. He's got quite a lot. Oh no, there's 140, yeah, 142 magic resist, 259 armor. He is pretty tanky, and it was Alex that dived straight in there. He was trying to get CandyPanda. It just could not do enough on him. So be careful, trying to get on the Rupture there. CandyPanda sticking his face out a little bit, his little red nose, as it were, sticking it out there. And this is more to the fight I think they'd be happy with. An open fight in the middle here. Whoever gets this will be Baron. 45 minutes in, or you know what? They might not even need Baron. Whoever wins this, if they can get a straight fight like they just did there with a 4-2 advantage, they could probably just go straight in and take an inhibitor or two. Remember, obviously that inner turret of SK's is not going to. A strong wind would take it down at the moment. And Time to Troll lost theirs. They have the top and bottom lanes both pushed at the moment in Time to Troll. It's the advantage that they've got with them. There's a big stack down the bottom there, just going to plough on through. Big stack up the top as well, which is what Ocelote's now got to deal with. And as soon as they saw Ocelote there, they knew for a fact they could push onto it. There you go, it's going to be a single shot.
Yeah.
Although yellowpete did get slowed in the process. Alex has dived in there. The ulti going out from Orianna, managing to catch on towards Nyph. Nyph very low at the moment. This is CandyPanda they want to get on. Leigh now is going to get caught in the situation. He's going to try to get away. He gets feasted upon there by Cho'Gath, and CandyPanda finishes him off. They did get a turret, but boy did they pay the price for it. They are all very low. They are all backing away. yellowpete though has snuck away to the side, and he's going to think, you know what, we are going to lose the Baron, but I'm going to take your tower in the process. CandyPanda coming across to try and deal with that, which he kind of needs to be a Baron. He is the man that's going to rip that Baron apart. I don't think Trundle... Well, I mean, obviously Trundle is... The plan is there, which is what they're being very cautious of. I'm just watching yellowpete at the top there. yellowpete is going to go down to CandyPanda. Look at that. The damage just rips him apart. Does take the turret down, though, so mission accomplished. And now CandyPanda's going to have to clear out that wave. But they've bought them time again to save the Baron.
A crazy game, and not just this one. The first game wasn't half bad itself, but now SK, they have that 5-kill advantage. We'll see how this one all works out for them here in just a couple of moments. We do have still 10 seconds on Leigh Sin's spawn and 35 seconds on Ezreal. And look, SK, they're not going to be going in here. They're going to portal themselves home, and we are going to be set up again to a fresh fight. The fight's going to be completely reset, and then we're going to be waiting to see who again gets that better positioning. But the last 2 out of 2 team fights, they've been SK's team fights, and I think they'll be a little bit worried now. Time to Trolls, they have to pick exactly the perfect time, otherwise it's GG.
Yeah, Morgana now is pretty well fed. 570 AP, has got a brilliant pot in the pocket. 560 AP on Orianna, pretty much identical between them. Both have got Zhonya's Hourglass, but Morgana can just get in there, pop the ulti, pop his Zhonya's and go, lol, I've just stunned everyone. Because they can't do anything about it, unless they can actually blast her out of the way with Janna's ulti, which is obviously going to force Janna to use that ulti. So this SK kind of have the advantage in the team fight now, because that initial opening advantage, and bearing in mind, let's look at the CS, we can see we've got 401, 426 for Kog'Maw. These are huge numbers. They are extremely fed. I'm amazed Kog'Maw hasn't actually been back and bought Last Whisper, which is probably what he's going to do in a second, and that will finish him off. And the last few fights, they've not been able to get near CandyPanda because they've got so much crowd control, and that's really the telling difference. They're putting that brick wall in the way, and CandyPanda's just going, oh, I can get lots of free damage here. This is great. If from anyone that's watching it that's ever played an AD carry, this is like perfect team setup for them. They have so much damage to put out, and just complete coverage. Whereas you look at Time to Troll and you think, who exactly is going to be able to get in there? Lee Sin possibly could dive in, but then everybody turns around and crowd controls him. SleazyWeazy can't really get in. He's built the Atmar's Frozen Mallet, so trying to do the Atmog possible build. Maybe we can get Warmogs in there. I don't know whether he's going to go that way. Orianna's got to be very careful. Once he's pulled that Orianna, the ulti, pulled everyone together, and it's just like, well, now what? I need to kind of step back because I can't go near these big hulking damaging machines that are just stunning the hell out of me, because there's just so much control. And the problem is now that all the tanks have actually built up very tanky. There's not a lot you can do again. Look at Cho'Gath. He's got Frozen Force of Nature, Frozen Heart, Guardian Angel, Banshee's Veil, and Ninja Tabby. He, even if you manage to do everything you can to him, he's just going to respawn and go, hi, I'm back again. Randy and Zoman, Banshee's Veil on Snoopeh. Snoopeh can just walk in and pulverize the team. I think SK now have this one in the bag. They just need to be careful they don't get called into some, or basically caught out is the main thing. And we can see Wickd is going to be continuing to push up top. He has got teleport, I believe. Yeah, they've both got teleport, haven't they? So they can kind of keep farming, but really they don't need to farm. It's all about catching someone out of position. Ward control is not that great for Time to Troll at the moment. They've got the two. Nope. Over at Baron, they've got no vision of Baron whatsoever. They've got the two in the reeds, whereas you look at SK, they've got like a dotted land minefield towards it, and SK now pushing up the mid-jug.
Yeah, they are. Let's see how they kind of push this one through, as we see decent poke coming. Obviously, CandyPanda's ultimate can just pretty much annoy the hell and make a massive wall for SK here. We'll see how this one goes. As you mentioned, that wall coverage is not great. SK's wards are starting to time out there a little bit as well, but they're the ones who are actually forcing the pressure right now, so they know exactly where Time to Troll are going to be the whole time. And we'll see if they're able to break through here, or whether they're able to just pick that kill. I think you're right, by the way, in your analysis, that as long as SK don't pick a ridiculously bad fight for them, I think their composition and where they are in terms of their builds, I think they're definitely the favourites for this one at this stage. But we've seen Time to Troll come out in fights where it looked like it was going completely pear-shaped for them, and they've done really well. As you see here, we're actually seeing the slow coming in. The bindings and the pull came down there onto SleazyWeazy, and SK again, they just turn it around. They kill a few minions, and they're just going to turn it around and push back. But Time to Troll, they've got themselves into this position here around middle where they can, again, back off, similar to SK a minute or so ago, back off towards that Baron, but no one wants to commit to it. We're 52 minutes into the game. Everyone's up towards their final builds, if not already there, and, well, it's all going to come down to just that one mistake or one great move.
Yeah, what they tried to do there, you saw Janna pop Shirelia's, I think, which is the speed boost, and Trundle as well. And they noticed that CandyPanda wasn't with them, and that was it. They were like, go, 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 we got to catch someone, we got to catch someone, this could be the point. And they just couldn't quite do it. SK were wise to it. CandyPanda was down taking Dragon on his own. He was down there, because obviously that point in the game where he's probably got, 500 CS and 453, so he can just do anything he likes, really. So they popped it and they tried to get in there, but now look, you can see Time Patrol are going to go, well, it didn't work, we're going to have to back up. And we're back to this stagnation period, this standoff, stalemate, I guess is the word I'm after. Ooh, yellowpete, got to be careful. He has got cleanse, remember. I also noticed a Quicksilver Sash, actually, on, I think, Lee's Sin. So, obviously, worried about that being caught. So, obviously, can dive in and then getting stunned straight up. So, that's going to maybe buy them a little more time. He's got the Fortitude and Elixir pot running at the moment, but they're going to run out pretty soon. They've had them on for quite a while between all of them, actually. Well, just look at Nyph now. Nyph feels pretty comfortable. He's got an Oracle's of Brilliance, Fortitude and Agility. He's just like, I don't need to buy anything else. I am set as support. I am warding up this world. wewillfailer now clearing out those wards, and actually Time to Troll have managed to get those wards in. Ooh, they're actually, no, they've got to be careful. No, they found that ward. They were like, oh, we can start now, we've cleared it. No, we haven't.
Oh,
back away.
Oh, this is an open position here. I'm not sure if Time to Troll fancy their chances. It looks that way. And actually, they've done a decent amount of damage. Spell Shield comes in. Ocelote is in the mix with his ulti off there. And surely this is not going to go well for Time to Troll. Flashy is surely going to go down. Does manage to pop. And, well, he is going to get away there somehow. And I think they're going to finish off Ocelote. Let's stay with this one because he is still alive. Okay, he's dropped. Let's switch back over now. SleazyWeazy will actually get stunned just as he flashes away, which obviously lands later. We saw then Alex be dropped down by CandyPanda, and SK are like, guys, we have to hit this one now. It's a 3 versus 4. They have to go for this one. Yeah,
they absolutely have to. And barring wewillfailer landing the best Howling Gale you've ever seen in the world, it's not going to happen. Actually being really hurt by CandyPanda there. And, Flash is actually just taking blue and going, yeah, we're not going to get it. So, there it is. That is the Baron finally being taken by SK. Can they push it? Oh, wow. Flashy, you've just been caught out of position there. And now he's going to get caught by CandyPanda. He will go down there. There's no way he's going to get away. The ulti will land on it. Very well played, CandyPanda. I just thought, what are you doing? Why did you just go that way? He had a straight run down south. Instead, he's put himself in harm's way, and now SK are, I believe, going to take this game now. They're just going to rampage through the base here. Nothing they can do. CandyPanda is just sat at the back. Oh, he's got a Mad Dreads. That's what he built up. Wow. He has got so much damage. 375 attack. He will just rip anything apart, and there's no way he can get out around this one. They're just going to run through the base, Joe, and we are going to be seeing a third match. They're going to back away, but, I don't know why. To be honest, they could just carry on going there.
Yeah, I mean, those respawns have started to come out now. Only Orianna is dead for Time to Troll, so we'll see how that works out for them here. SK going home. I mean, everyone's got so much gold right now that pretty much everyone should be finished off. I mean, we've got, Kog'Maw 465 CS. Over on the Time to Troll team, we've got 3 people, Leigh, Orianna and Ezreal, all over 400 CS. So, there's plenty of stuff in there. Actually, Ezreal's still got Doran's Blade, because obviously at this stage of the game, it's pretty much what's keeping him alive. I'm surprised that he hasn't swapped that out for something a little bit earlier on. Obviously, he was building up to other things, but he is just farming whatever he can here. There is big stacks coming down from SK actually on all 3 lanes, especially once they finish off this middle area. Obviously, top lane also will have those super minions crawling their way in now as well, and SK looking like they're going to put some pressure down onto the base turret on this middle lane. They've got 4 guys there. Morgana is coming to join them as well. Obviously, Orianna just poking out as much as possible. That Rupture going down didn't actually catch anyone from Time to Troll. Ocelote's bindings will catch wewillfailer though. Is that going to be the engage? Yes, it looks like it is. Ocelote has worked his way in. SleazyWeazy down to just a quarter of his HP. There comes the heal as well. It's pretty massive at this stage from Taric as well, so I don't know. SK, I think it's just a matter of time. If Time to Trolls manage to hold off here onto this massive push, and obviously the super minions that are coming into their base as well, then they have a chance again when the next round comes up by. I honestly don't see that one happening. Flashy will escape from that one. Ulti comes out from Ezreal. Taric is still, by the way, not taking a single bit of damage there in and amongst all that one. SK really trying to get the kills off. They will surely nuke wewillfailer down. Yes, they will. yellowpete has to be careful as well. They're in there. Flashy gets knocked back against the wall. That's a dead Flashy. Surely they're going to be able to finish off now. SleazyWeazy is the focus. Look how fast he dies. yellowpete's got nothing left. He's dead. Alex is going to fall as well. And this, no, he's not going to fall. He gets himself away, but kill the turret, goddamn you. Yeah, there we go. CandyPanda finishes off, who's got so much ridiculous attack speed and damage now. He can just rip through these bases on his own any time of the day. And they are going to finish in there onto Alex, who did almost get away, did get binded. There comes the Nexus turret. Good games are called, and SK are going to force us through into a third and final matchup here in the winners bracket semi-final, which of course is basically a final in terms of this qualifier, because the winner will go through to the Intel Extreme Masters Global Challenge in New York City in mid-October. And well, Deman, so far we've seen 2 games and they've both been bloody brilliant.
They have been some pretty damn good games, it has to be said, between these two. And that all started, they pinged it, Ezreal was down the bottom. They are 4, they are missing their AD carry, pushed that tower like crazy, and they dived in there. Morgana caught wewillfailer, I think 3 times with the bindings in that fight before she finally went down. Or he finally went down, I should say. And finally, eventually got in there, but very well played from SK. We said at the start they'd got that crowd control team, and it turned out in the end to be the thing that won them the game, really. It took them a while to protect CandyPanda enough that they did it. You know, obviously they had that early team fight where he just got ripped a new one, and then suddenly SK were like, we got nothing left. But wow. And I'm not sure how they're going to deal with it. Wickd has not had much fun at that top lane yet. And there's a lot of things that I think both teams are going to have to talk about. I would not be surprised to see a bit of a break here.
Yeah. 15-20 minutes, I guess we can expect before the third and final game comes your way, guys. So we are going to be taking a quick break of our own to get some water, and I also brought some sausage sarnies along to the studio today because I expected it to be a long one as well. So we're going to take a break. I guess the players will be as well. So as soon as obviously game number 3 is ready, we will be coming your way. So don't go anywhere. It's the Intel Extreme Masters Global Challenge New York qualifiers for League of Legends, and it's SK taking on Time to Trolls. The scoreline is 1-1, and we'll be back here very, very shortly.